Whether you are with us here at Nippert Stadium or watching on Bearcats TV, it is great to have you for our ceremony today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dan Hoard. I am the radio voice of the Bearcats on 700 WLW. And while we did not get ideal weather conditions for today's event, I want you to all look at the positive side of this. At least you are not being blinded by bright sunlight bouncing off my chrome dome, which is bad for the eyes. I want to start today's ceremonies by wishing you a very happy anniversary. And you are probably thinking, what anniversary are you talking about? 5 years ago today, under similar weather conditions in Pittsburgh, cold, gray day, a few snowflakes in the air, the undefeated UC Bearcats looked to complete a perfect regular season and promptly fell behind by 21 points in the first half. But with 70 seconds left in the half, the Pitt Panthers made the terrible mistake of kicking off to Marty Gilliard, and he promptly took it back 99 yards for a touchdown. At the half, thump, 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 thump. The Bearcats still had a heartbeat. But they did not take the lead until there were 33 seconds left in the game, when Tony Pike hit Armand Binns for a 29-yard touchdown pass to win the game. And in the radio booth at that moment, my analyst, Jim Kelly Jr., and I made joyous sounds that the Lord only intended our wives to hear. The final score was 45-44 Cincinnati. UC ended the season 12-0 and earned a trip to the Sugar Bowl. 5 years ago today, the greatest moment in the history of UC football. For now. We are here today to celebrate a project that will make more moments like that possible at the University of Cincinnati, as next year the Bearcats return to a modernized Nippert Stadium and celebrate another anniversary, the 100th anniversary of the original construction of this fabulous stadium smack dab in the middle of campus. Let's begin our program today with the playing of our national anthem. The band has assembled up on that platform over there, directed by Dr. Terrence Friends. I am pleased to welcome you all to here today for the University of Cincinnati's Sign the Beam ceremony. It is a great day to be a Bearcat. Today not only marks the official topping off of the Nippert Stadium West Pavilion, but it is also the one-year anniversary of the project's start. The Bearcat football team finished last season on December 5th, and our dedicated planning and design team immediately began work on what will eventually become your new Nippert Stadium. Although Paul Brown Stadium, aka Nippert on the Banks, has been a fun place to watch the Bearcats this season and will be a great place tomorrow at noon to watch the Cats try to win their 5th conference championship in the last 7 years. Our coach, Tommy Tuberville, our football players, our staff, and obviously our great Bearcat fans are excited to come back home to Nippert Stadium next year. Before we get to our distinguished speakers today, I wanted to give everybody a brief explanation of what we are doing here today. A topping off ceremony is a long-standing tradition in construction that occurs when the highest piece of steel is placed on a building's frame. Its ancient origins are traced back to the Vikings, who would place an evergreen tree on the top of a building to celebrate and wish for good luck. The same has been done here today, as you can see by looking at the beam. And since you have now had your history lesson for the day, I want to get to the next part of our program. It is December. There will be Santas in shopping malls all over the country, but we have the real deal with us here today. He was at the White House yesterday, promoting our city and our university with President Obama as they spoke about higher education, but we are happy that he is back on campus today. I am proud to introduce the one and only president here at the hottest college in America, Dr. Santa Ono.
Thank you very much. This is really a historic occasion for the University of Cincinnati. The University of Cincinnati has so many things to be proud of, but one of the very critical aspects of the university that we are proud of is really our athletic department. And none of this would have been possible without the support of a number of people, and I'm going to mention them. First of all, I want to call out the Board of Trustees of the University of Cincinnati, who were really instrumental in supporting this major effort to renovate the stadium. So could the members of the Board of Trustees please stand? We also have an outstanding athletic director. I'd like to ask Mike Bohn to please stand. And I guess first and foremost, none of this would have been possible without the generosity of tremendous supporters and donors to our athletics program. They're seated to my right here. Could you please stand? Thank you for everything you've done. And I'd like to also recognize somebody who was really a partner at the very early moments in thinking about this project. And he's not here right now, but he was critical in the conception of this project. And he was the athletic director with Babcock. Let's give him a round of applause. Well, you know, we have a great football program. We have a great head coach in Tommy Tuberville. And Tommy, you've done a fantastic job in your 2 seasons here. Thank you for bringing so much energy to this institution, to the football program, and we're looking forward to yet another championship on Saturday. And there's going to be a lot of people there at Paul Brown Stadium, and you have just done an amazing job. So we're really proud. Let's hear it for the head coach of our football team. It will be the 100th anniversary of the groundbreaking of Nippert Stadium next year, but it'll also be year 128 for football here at the University of Cincinnati. And as we approach the bicentennial of this great institution, we have a tremendous history here. So many championships, so many ball games, but I'll tell you one thing unequivocally, and that is that the University of Cincinnati will play at the very highest level for many years to come. The best is yet to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ono. At this time, I'd like to introduce UC's AD. Here's Mike Bohn.
Thank you, Dan. And how fun is it having our entire team here? And one team that we haven't recognized is the guys all in these safety vests. And congratulations on an incredible passion that you have in helping pull this together. So let's give our friends from Turner a round of applause. Thank you. Boy, I give Turner some accolades, and all of a sudden we have some wiring issues.
Might be better off to turn it off, huh?
WLW doing that?
Yeah.
Test 1, 2. Well, without the microphone, that's okay. You all right, Tommy? Okay, but I think that it's so exciting here in Santa to talk about all the different players involved and obviously our Hall of Fame coach, but it is about our team at UC. And it's about the Bearcats showing competitive grit, because you know what? That sticker right there represents the highest level, and those are our aspirations. And Tommy recruits to that, and our boosters and our board and the people on campus, Beth McGrew, everybody's competing because this is a competitive business, and we talk about that a lot. But you know what? We have an awesome team. The foundation does a great job helping our donors, as Santa mentioned, Turner, the design people. It's a collaborative effort that's impressive, and it's got the nation's attention. And it'll be important for us to continue to take the heartbeat of the Bearcats, the marching band, and everybody else for a big game tomorrow to let them know the Bearcats are coming home next year to a special place. So on behalf of our student athletes, I'd like to say thank you to the entire team for being competitive and supporting them and giving them a platform and a stage to stand on that makes us all proud. Go Bearcats.
Thank you, Mike. This has been a very special season for the Bearcats. It obviously didn't start all that well. At one point, Cincinnati was 2-3. Their own head coach was referring to the defense as the bad news Bearcats. But thankfully, they have completely turned it around. Cincinnati has won 6 consecutive games. The defense has not given up a touchdown in the last 2 weeks. And tomorrow, as we have mentioned, at noon at Paul Brown Stadium, it's Cincinnati against Houston for a share of the conference championship. It would be 5 in 7 years. That is almost impossible to do in college football. Let's hear it for your head coach, Tommy Tuberville.
Move around, get it warm. I don't need this. I'm used to coaching. What am I talking? Is it working now? All right. We got it working. Tommy G's amazing. It's great to be here. You know, I've been here, I guess, about 2 years. Dan, you should have known that. When did I take the job? What day?
Almost 2 years to the day.
Almost 2 years to the day. And when I got here, one of the first things that I was told, Coach, we're redoing Nippert Stadium. And I like Nippert Stadium as it was, but as we all know, the enhancement all over the country of athletic facilities, the war is out there. And we don't want to compete in a war, so to speak. We want to do what's best for our student athletes and our students on campus. And I'm telling you, I've been in almost all the stadiums across the country. This will be one of the most, if not the most unique stadium on campus in college football. People are going to come from all over to see this. And again, I've got to know a lot of these guys back here, the construction workers. Fortunately, my office is up here. I get to oversee them every day. They get here before me and leave after I leave, and we get here early. And I want to thank all of you for what you've done. You have really gone fast. Now, I don't know whether you was working fast to get out of this cold, beat the cold weather coming, but you didn't quite make it, by the way, because I've seen you out here on these beams, rain and snow and sleet. But thank you for your efforts, because as you well know, you're a big part of this. So we're looking forward to our football team is excited, obviously excited about this year and about playing tomorrow, but really the guys coming home next year and playing on the home field, because this is truly a home field advantage here for us and for our students to have the opportunity to walk out of their apartments or their dorms and come here and watch the game. But there's going to be a lot of other things that this will be used for over the years. So I want to thank Dr. Ono for his vision, Fran Barrett and all the trustees. Fran was the chairman of the board when I got here. He sat down and explained what they were doing here. Whit Babcock, Mike's come in with all the energy, to keep this thing going. As Dr. Ono says, we want to compete at the highest level. And right now we're competing at a very high level. But we all know that we want to make moves, and there's a lot of movement in what we're doing in all athletics. And I'm not talking about conferences and all that. I'm talking about a move to be the best and compete against the best. And the best are going to want to come here and play in this stadium. I'm telling you right now, it's really going to be exciting to see the move once this thing gets visualized nationally. And one of the first games we'll play next year will be national televised when we play the University of Miami, Florida here. And everybody will have the opportunity to see it. So this is a fun day. Again, we've still got a few months to go before it's all done, but I've never been part of I've signed a lot of things in my life, but I've never signed a piece of steel that's going to go on top of a building. I can tell you some other things I better not say that I've signed here, but it'll be a fun day. Again, I want to thank the founders that bought the Founders Suites. It's very important, because had we not had people step up and say, listen, I want to purchase one of these suites for so many years, we could not have gotten this thing off the ground. We still got some work to do. I've got some work to do. We've got to continue to win. Winning brings great athletes. And today we have some of the best athletes in the country that are arriving on campus as we speak. Not just athletes, but very good academic young men with their parents. And so this is going to be a selling point like no other. I mean, like no other. And you just see the eyes of the people that come here that they didn't know what to expect, but they're excited about what we're doing here. So the future's bright. I'm excited about it. I know Mike's excited about it, Mike Bohn. All of our head coaches, they will get use out of this. It's not just a football stadium. It's going to be an icon on this campus where people will come and go through it and say, man, I want to be part of that, because it helps recruit students. Great athletics helps recruit students, and we want to continue to grow. We want to do our part. So again, thanks to everybody, our fans that will be there tomorrow. We've been trying to get people in the stands. I understand that the weather's going to be a little rough, maybe a little bit like this tomorrow, but that's football. Put your coat on, come down there, get your umbrella, and let's go get some Cougars tomorrow. But thank you very much. Thanks for coming, and look forward to the completion. Go Bearcats. Thank you, Daniel.
Just think about how exciting it is going to be when we are back here in September, when this place is open. Coach Tuberville, his outstanding staff, some great returning players, led by Gunnar Keel and all of his wide receivers. They'll all be back next year. This place is going to be rocking in 2015. All right, let's get to the fun part of our ceremony today. We are ready to sign the beam that's going to be hoisted high above us in the structure today. I would like to begin by asking all of the Founder Suite donors to come forward and join Dr. Ono, Mike Bohn, and Coach Tuberville, and be the first group to put your name in history. Please step forward to sign the beam as I read off your names: Mike and Peg Valentine, Larry Shakely, Barry Bucher, John Burns, Tim Johnson, Christy and Greg Wolf, Rob Thornton, Zach Zitko, Michael Bornhorst, Chris Carper, Allison Tanney, UC Student and Senior Class Officer representing her parents, Mike and Amy, Alvin Rohr, John Burns, Troy Neat, and Michael Latch representing Western and Southern.